Good morning, friends. We are going to continue with our chapter, A Period of Transition. In the previous class, we studied about the primary and the secondary sources that helps us to know about the modern history. Today, we are going to study about Renaissance. The term Renaissance is a French word which means rebirth. It began in Italy and later spread to France, England, Germany, and other parts of Europe. In the centuries between 1300 CE to 1600 CE, revolutionary changes and new discoveries swept over European culture. Italy was the birthplace of the Renaissance. The prosperity and economic certainty was conducive to the development and the growth of art and architecture. So we will study about the main characteristics of Renaissance. The first was humanism. An important feature of Renaissance was humanism. Humanism focused on nature, achievement, and human potential rather than on the power and mystery of divinity. The humanists emphasized the study of classics and believed in man, his intellect, and his life on earth. People were more concerned with spiritual matters and afterlife rather than the worldly affairs. Humanism was the main source of inspiration for all the cultural changes that happened during Renaissance. It had considerable influence on literature, history, painting, sculpture, and political ideas. Humanism remained dominant in education till the end of 19th century. Some of the famous humanist thinkers of this period were Francisco, Petrarch, Pico della Mirandola, etc. Second is rationalism. During the Renaissance, a new approach began to emerge. People began to question the established ideas and principles of religion and developed a rational outlook. Everything that was blindly accepted in the past was now being questioned. Rationalism became the basis of modern thinking. Now we will talk about the different scientific spirit. The Renaissance scholars acquired knowledge through scientific approach. The desire of the Renaissance scholars to find answers based on scientific approach gave rise to the spirit of inquiry. It led them to explore the discovered knowledge. This spirit of inquiry led to explorations, experimentations, and discoveries. Now we are going to study about the impact of Renaissance, which was characterized by the scientific development, exploration in art and architecture. At first we will study about painting. As we can see that the Renaissance artists were inspired by the spirit of humanism. He is the greatest painter, Leonardo da Vinci. He was not only a painter, he was also an engineer, architect, musician, inventor, mathematician, philosopher, and scientist. He is best known for his two paintings, The Last Supper, that we can see over here, and his painting of beautiful Mona Lisa, that we can see here in this picture. This is the beautiful painting of famous Mona Lisa. The next painter was Michelangelo. He was an Italian painter, sculptor, architect, and a poet. His masterpieces are present on the ceiling of Sistine Chapel in the Vatican City. This is the picture of the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. You can see the beauty of this ceiling made by Michelangelo. He was also famous for his statue of Pietà, that is also in the Vatican City only. This is the statue at the very beginning made by Michelangelo. He was the main architect to St. Peter Basilica. This is the picture of Raphael. He was the master painter and architect of the Italian Renaissance. He is best known for his painting Madonna and for his large picture compositions in Vatican. Now we will talk about literature. The spirit of inquiry led to the demand for books. The invention of printing press by John Gutenberg brought revolutionary changes in learning. For centuries, books were handwritten and available only in limited number. With the invention of printing press, books became available for large number of people. Now large number of people can get more number of books. The Renaissance period marked by the emergence of the modern European language. In that European language, we can see the Divine Comedy by Dante, written in Tuscan, which later became Italian language. The other significant writers of this age was Petrarch, Shakespeare. He is a famous picture of Shakespeare. We all know about him. And Francis Bacon. Now we will study about the science and technology. This is the picture of Copernicus. He was an astronomer who proved about the rotation of the earth. He proved that the earth rotated on its axis and revolved around the sun. He was among the first who challenged the traditional thought of Roman Catholic Church, which taught that the earth was in the center of the universe. Copernicus' theory was confirmed a century later by Galileo. This is the picture of William Harvey, who discovered the system of circulation of blood. He discovered that the circulation of blood is from heart to the other parts of the body. Now the next scientist is our famous Isaac Newton, who carried forward the work started by Kepler. He proved that all the celestial bodies moved according to the law of gravitation. In the 17th century, microscope, telescope and thermometer were also invented. This is the telescope invented by Galileo. The mariner's compass was used by explorers and sailors to navigate the sea. It helped them in the discovery of the new areas around the world. These are the different types of mariner's compass used by the explorers during that time. Thank you for today, students.